Hey, love bug. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I like favor and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you for the support. We're constantly going through these much needed changes that are going to further us in the chapter of our lives of beautiful blessings that waits around the corner. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings. Love and light and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my channel for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you or in the way that you're getting to know me. Even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up sharing your empathic gift, how you impacted your life and heading towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are informative, give you good vibes, or good inspiration you would love to share with others, family and friends. Oh, stop. Can you let go? I'm trying to make sure you don't get your nail caught up. Sorry, my cat. Um, Either loved one, family, or friends, or even your fellow empaths that are going through trying times at the moment and needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated on all levels. And I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music that I'm listening to in the back, let me turn this down a little bit. Um, it's called Self Love Energy 528 Hertz Miracle Tone Healing Music, Enhanced Positive Vibrations, Meditative Music. And I will place that link in the description box below. The video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101, when separating from the 3D vibes makes you so hypersensitive towards everything. This is like for my newcomers that are, there's a lot of people that are getting in touch with me and sharing with me how things is getting very intensified, with them being open towards their gift they didn't know they had. When I connect with people that have been on this journey for a while, and just finding out how, because it's like with the Heyoka thing, with the tribes, they're very, you know, they're very to themselves. They keep to themselves, and they're that I did not mean to rub the wrong way. I was sent towards this. I didn't ask for this. They picked me. So I never want anybody to ever feel like I'm being disrespectful to the tribe of of the Native Americans. That's not even you know uh on my agenda to do. I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm being that messenger that pass on for what I was set out to do. And and then there's a lot of people that been on that Heyoka journey for a long time, that they've been raised up on that. And with me, it was like I was kind of being not in a, I don't mean to say it in that way, but that's how I feel. It was like I was being groomed for that, for a long time. That, until I went through certain stages of, of situations that I've been through, then it was time for me to find out about it. And then it left like, Easter eggs on how life has been brought up that made really a lot of sense to me. About where it was about to prepare me for that life. And so there's a lot of people that are just understanding about their gifts, and what to do and what not to do. What should I look for? Is there a lot of us out there? There's a lot of us that are out there, and there's a lot of us that are still asleep, spiritually sleep. And it's not, you're being like woke up, and it can be really overwhelming to you. It can be very shocking because you're allowing yourself to step away from the illusions of the 3D matrix. You're allowing yourself to see truth in its rarest form, and it will make you feel like you've been blind for years. And then all of a sudden things are like, wait a minute, because when I first went through this, I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? What am I looking at? What am I even dealing with? And it was like I felt like I've been lied to. I said, I've been bamboozled. I've been led astray. I mean, this is not what they said the truth was. And then just being able to allow myself to see that, because you're stepping out that force field. And so when you're doing that, you're allowing yourself to be open. And when you're allowing yourself to be open like that, your gifts tends to get heightened. And there's a lot of times that people get very overwhelmed. They can't be around people. Their anxiety gets really high. They can't be in public places. They can't be in large groups. You can't even work at a regular job after that. And like, people are like, you're not even lying. Because it's like, when you go through that spiritual awakening, people start worrying about you. You sound like a nutcase, towards a lot of people. You really don't see what's going on, because it's like people that I already talked to that have been spiritually awoken for a long time. It was just certain things they were saying. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, are you all right? We need to take you to the hospital on the fifth floor. And they were like, and Roslynn put up four fingers. Yes, I know. I did that on purpose. And I used to do that. And then now, when I allowed myself to take that journey and see what was needing to be said to me and the things that I needed to learn along the way. I mean, there's things that I've done in my life that, it will sound crazy, but there was like people around me that will see things, and they will try to understand things that was attached to me, and they would see it, and they can't come up with, explaining that. And they were like, no, I didn't see that. I said, did you just, nope, I did not. They will not admit to that, but they know, they're in their mind like, what the heck just happened, and why did this happen around me? Like, there are certain things that, has taken place in my life that a lot of people, used to get freaked out about. And it's just like, even when I used to do my videos, there's some people, especially Lost Puppy, he already know, he paid attention to it a lot. And, he even had to drop a comment day before yesterday. I said, ha ha, being funny. I could do a video and my energy would be so profound, so strong, that it will kick my video off. Or there's times when I was doing my videos on my laptop, and I would move my hand, and you'll see lights coming off of my hand, or you'll even see just, and I would show you, what I got on, to where I'm not doing anything to change it. It's just, my energy is like really powerful like that, or it'll shift, and it'll start, just start acting crazy. So it's like, being able to see the things that I saw, it's been very amazing. But it's just like, not really understanding, but you have to be able to understand without really understanding. It's just like, it's hard to explain towards a lot of people. So I'm just glad that I was able to do this, because like I've said before, been with me for a while, I didn't have that kind of spiritual guidance that I'm giving out, because I knew what it felt like for you to go through some major changes and not have anybody to really talk to about it, who you can trust, because there's a lot of times I used to tell people, things that I really trusted with a lot of things, and they used it against me. And it was truly, appreciating that, I was guided by my loved ones that has passed on, as well as my spiritual, guidance counselors that has, guided me towards a lot of things, that I was very open to where they can guide me towards things that I've experienced. And I'm just like, are you serious? This is really what's taking place in my life. And then when I allowed myself to, go with the flow of things, and with those things, it really has made my gift a lot stronger. And I've helped so many people with the experiences I've had. I have things that it shocked me, when I can blurt out things that is being passed on to me. I can be able to see things in my head that I can't really understand, but it makes perfect sense to the person that it needed to go to. And being able to know I can bless somebody in that type of way makes me very, appreciative about the things that has taken place in my life. I don't make it go to my head and think, I'm better than anybody else. I just feel like I'm very blessed to be able to help people like that, because there's a lot of people that long to be able to communicate with family that is no longer with the living. That you want to know if they're still watching over you, or do they hear you talking to them when imagining them that they're there. I always tell people, if there's something that pops up, whether it was a scent that they used to wear, or it's a way they used to say certain things, and it will remind you of them, that's them letting them know, that's them letting you know that their presence is there. you know there could be something you pick up, and it automatically reminds you of that person that is no longer here. And that lets them, that's their way of saying hello to you. A lot of times you would hear it. And I know when I first started this, it was like it allowed certain things like timestamps in my life where certain things has been said to me, and I really thought I was losing my mind, or I would feel things. And I mean, when I connected with my dad on that telepathic way, and it was just something that happened. Then I looked, I was like, hold up. So you're the one who's been watching me while I was asleep, because I had to get on, antipsychotics and anxiety medicine because I used to freak out when certain things would happen, and I go running through the house like, oh my God, this whatever this is, it keeps on messing with me, or it's watching me over in my sleep, and I'm like telling it to go away, and then realize it was my dad watching over me the whole time, because we're strongly connected in that way that he could do that. And he was like, I said, so wait a minute, you trying to tell me you're the one who's always came to me like that, or I'll start bursting into a song and wondering why the heck that song comes into my head. He was like, well, yeah. I was like, that is not funny. He's like, I wasn't meaning for it to be funny, but he was laughing at me because I said, how many Xanax I don't sit up here and pop because I really thought I was going crazy hearing somebody talking in my head and, trying to explain that. And people looking at you like you're crazy, but it's just a twin flame connection. So it's just like when I see how things just fell into place with me in my life that I can truly be grateful for on so many levels, and being able to know that I can be able to pass messages on to people that, truly need that type of, confirmation, especially with a lot of people. I love, sharing stories about things and people I've helped. It blew my mind because I didn't know I was able to do that. I only thought it happens every once in a while, but it's as long as I allow myself to open up to, the spiritual realm, and it just comes out. Or it's just like I was telling my friend earlier, you had dropped a comment, and then all of a sudden I'm getting ready to reply to you and a whole bunch of things like, tell her this, tell her that, tell her this, tell her that. And I'm just like, okay, I can't question it. I'm gonna just go by what it is, and she'll confirm to me if this is something, that she can agree with, or something that, she really needed to hear. And just knowing that was a blessing in a way that, I can help somebody. And those are the things I live for. I love that when I can bring, peace and clarity in somebody's life that really truly needs it at a time. Because when you're opening yourself up to things that you're not used to, or you were told that was some type of mental illness, it's kind of scary for you to be very open with the things that has taken place in your life that's hard to explain. And so those things, when you're allowing yourself to get from them 3D vibes and going for 4D, 5D, 6D, things start getting really powerful for you. When you start going through those intense changes that takes place in your life, you can even, manipulate the weather at times. There's times that I can get very upset and be in my mood, and it will rain for like 3 or 4 days straight. When I'm at peace, hey, it's sunny, and it's just like, I said, I was telling a friend today, I said, I wish I can do that with the lottery. They won't allow you to do that though. I was like, you know what, that's just not fair, but I was just like, people always say that when it comes to psychics and mediums, like, can you do it with numbers? No, they won't allow you to manipulate the system like that. Get out of there. So, going through all those different things, has taken place. It really makes me grateful for the things that, has taken place for my life that, I know I can pass on to somebody else to be a benefit for them, because it's not easy. You're admitting to things that is like hard to explain. You have to be an empath for you to understand what has taken place in your life. And a lot of times people fear the unknown. People fear what they don't understand. Me being able to grow up the way I did, my mom was very special like that. She was African American with, Native American background. So it was like she's used to stuff like that. She was gifted. But the only time I can truly, you know, um, talk about stuff like that and share stuff is when we were by ourselves. And, I couldn't do that around her husband. So, because he was always really like, I don't believe in stuff like that, things like that. If you keep talking about it, uh think people gonna think something's wrong with you. And it was just like really crazy to me that, that would happen. But I mean, what other people's opinions on me does not move my world. I'm being, there's a lot of people that, wish they could be honest about their lives, but they're too busy worried about what the next person might say because they're being honest with themselves. So it's just like when you are so used to having your life a certain way, and then something very tragic happens. Because a lot of times when I connect with different people, they tell me something very tragic has happened in their life and it set them on this path. And it's like we don't understand when you're finally going through these things. Those things that set you on that path was not something that you were supposed to hold on to until the end of that journey. You're not going to be able to go, you're not going to be able to hold on to that towards the end of your journey, but it's going to, change your life in a way that you didn't even see coming. But then you're going to appreciate all the tragedies, the trials, and the tribulations that took place in your life for you to get to where you are, because everything was shut down. And then when you're going down that life path, that spiritual path, you'll start remembering little glitches. Like, whoa, what's that? And then you'll start feeling these things and you're like, wait a minute, this is what happened. Because there's a lot of times it's like when I allow myself to be open to change and going for that learning more and more every day. That's why I tell people I love when you send me different things that I can open my mind to. If it's for me to do that, the universe will bring that towards my attention, and being able to let those things take place in my life where it was truly needed. And then just knowing how you can be that blessing that you're passing it on towards somebody else. Because, like I said, I didn't have anybody physical to tell me these things. I had people around me that knew I was an empath, but I didn't know and they weren't going to tell me. So I had to find out on myself. I'm like, oh, so when did you have your spiritual awakening? They're like, oh, you finally found out. So you weren't going to say nothing. It's like it wasn't meant for me to say at that time. And I used to get mad, but then I had to understand everything goes by divine time, and you have to be able to experience a lot of things. Then certain things had to take place in your life to disrupt you in a kind of like a prolific way, or in a spiritual way that made everything shift perspective on how you looked at them. So when all these things happen, it makes you hypersensitive towards everything, even how you look at things, and you're like, is this my real life right now? Am I really going through this? And it can make you question everything. That's why I tell people it's natural for you to feel this way. It's natural for you to go through a whole bunch of emotions, because everything is new for you, and everything what is being new for you is going to also be 20 to 100 times sensitive to you than it obviously was, because you've been walking around with like this shield on your life, like there's nothing past these things, and if it does, it doesn't make sense. It's not, you can't believe in those things because they're not real. And then when you go through those times, you're going to feel like throughout that time before you hit that point, there was something missing out of your life. There's something you feel like you forgot that you needed to be doing in your life, but you're really trying to understand what that was. And that right there was something that you already knew. And then when it allows you to go down that path of enlightenment, you start learning more and more. And the more you allow yourself to be open towards those things, the more you'll start remembering things that were forgotten. And a lot of times you get in your feelings like, hold up, I'm supposed to be on a mission and I signed up for this. Yeah, you signed up for it. It's like, wait a minute, you didn't read the fine print. They didn't tell you all that. Universe is not going to do that. They got their dark sense of humor. You tell them your plans if you want to. They're going to laugh at you if that's not the needs they want you to meet. Then you'll start understanding, because the more I start learning, the more I start remembering. More I start remembering, it allows me to know the things that has went on to this life. Then you'll understand why you're going through all these crazy changes, because you're merging into past lives that's needing you to cut cords with what's going on in this current life, because they all played their part, but they're all a missing puzzle to the thing that is going to be your grand finale. So they know you needed those reinforcements right along with the spiritual reinforcements. So you're going through all these different things. It can make you feel like, oh Lord, my life about to fall apart. This is not what's going on. This is not what's happening. But this has been around for a long time. Because like I've told people, just look at the things that you have engaged in. A lot of us as empaths, we love science, we love quantum physics, or we like going for the unknown. There's a lot of times that horror movies can really traumatize us in such a profound way, but there's a lot of us that are very intrigued by them that are empaths, because this is something that we have dealt with for millenniums. We've been fighting for the good and evil a lot of times. There's a lot of empaths that are drawn to like Game of Thrones, Alexander the Great type stuff, because these are the type of lives that you have had before you can relate to them. There are some times in the biblical times you can shy away from that, because that starts reminding you of things that you have endured back in the AD time. I don't watch like passing into Christ. I don't read the Bible. I don't, disrespect anybody that choose to. But I remember certain things that went on when it actually went on. And when I read the Bible, it's not what I've experienced. So, a lot of times things are written in a way how they can control you and how you choose to see some things, because a lot of things that they didn't want, that is coming out, that they didn't want to come out. So there's a lot of things that you've been drawn to that try to drop clues in your life about, you can relate to this. You can understand whether it's books, things on social media, or the movies you listen to, or even the music that you listen to is drawing to things that will match up to something that you have done in your past life, or something that's drawn to your attention that you need to know that's going on in your former life. I mean, where your current life that needs to change, for now, for the better, for you can be awoke for all these things. So yeah, they're gonna make you hypersensitive because this is not something that you're used to, and your veils have been snatched off. So that can be kind of traumatizing on a lot of chords because you did not see that coming. And then when you allow yourself to really let these things take place, yes, it will put you in a certain situation that will make you feel like your life is falling apart. You don't went cuckoo nest, your elevator ain't, going to the 13th floor, and your radio ain't quite tuned, until you allow yourself to take that path and allow yourself to be guided, and don't sit up here and fight the inevitable. These are something that you need to face. These are something that you need to engage in because they're preparing you. It was your time. It wasn't your time back then, because a lot of times we'll start going like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? You had to go through these different trials in your life. You had to go through a lot of different tragedies. You had to endure these things just for you to endure them, to remind you of something, that this is not going to hurt you. These are the things that was supposed to strengthen you. You had to be so traumatized that it would allow you to say, this is happening to me and I'm allowing this to do this. Like what? And I'm not going to allow this to take me down. And there's sometimes, it can get that intense that you want to end everything, but it's not, your soul is not going to allow you to do that, and if you do, that's not something you really want, you really want to get stuck with. But things is happening that way for a reason. Things had to be shown to you for a reason. You had to, endure heartbreak. You had to um endure lies, deception, illusions, to for you to be able to face what is real, heal where it's needed, and keep going where you're directed. So, I hope this was something that you can relate to. I know I'm dealing with a lot of people that I have recently connected with, and they've been enduring these things. And, it's normal for you to have a lot of these questions, and there's a lot of times where you're going through things and it's hard for you to be vocal and be able to put it into words where somebody can understand. You'll be very surprised on the things that people can relate to, especially going through this chain of events of facing things that has really traumatized you, hurt you, or the way you thought things were. So, I hope you are able to resonate with the content of this video. I'm gonna go ahead and do a few more. Like I said, it's like I took off 2 days and it made me feel like I took off for a week. So I'm really just trying to catch up and do the things that, I'm guided to say, and, help out where I can with people, to just to make sense that, you're not alone. There's other people that are going through these crazy changes as well, but these are going to bring, is parting ways from the illusions to bring you to the truth that is needed in your life along your path to help you with your purpose and your mission. So I would love to give a post notification shout out to Chrissy Redford, as well as, let me see who else I want to give a shout out to. Claire McGee and Sydney Ann, much love to you as well. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. It's so good to have you. Drop a line. I would love the chance to hear from you. Thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload another video. I hope you have a blessed, safe, peaceful and safe weekend. I'm trying to put some words together that don't even belong. Um, and be safe for everything you do. I know we just got finished doing retrograde, full moon, and all the stuff on Friday 13th. Yeah, I knew some stuff about to pop off. But, you know, Know that you're loved. You're highly favored. You're blessed. And knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything you're trying to manifest into your reality comes 100 times more than what you expected, and comes way more sooner than you expected. Make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity words, vibes, and frequencies. You never know, all those things can really take somebody a long way. And if you want to get in touch with me on a one-on-one, because a lot of people want to get in contact with me, but they don't, feel comfortable with, telling their situations here, which I truly understand and respect your privacy. You can find me if you're okay with social media. You don't have to have Facebook to have Facebook Messenger. That's a lot of people I stay connected with there, and I call it like a one-on-one empath counseling. I'm an empath almanac or whatever. I try to help people just to understand the things that are taking place in your life, and being able to tell you it's okay. We all go through these different phases of really trying to come to terms with what is taking place in our life. But you can find me. You can look me up under my name. Make sure you have it spelled right. A lot of people say they can't find me until you spell my name right. And just let me know, hey, I connect with you here, and I really need assistance on this. And I'll try my best to help you. Everything we talk about is confidential. And if I can't give you the answer, I will definitely direct you towards the answers you need to get in your life to give you better understanding. If you live in the US, you can contact me uh, Pacific Standard Time at 10 o'clock in the morning till 10:30 p.m. those 7 days a week. Anytime before or after that, that's my time to supercharge. So if you overseas, those times don't pertain to you, because I know there's a big gap in time difference, and I deal with a lot of people overseas. So if you leave me a message at a crazy time or whatever, I'll try my best to reply to you back at the quickest way. I know there's a lot of other comments I have not, replied to. I apologize for that, because it's like the co-creator settings of YouTube has changed drastically. So you hit one thing and they take you right to a video, and I didn't realize I did that. I thought I went ahead and replied to everybody, and no, I just replied on those certain videos. So I got aggravated, and I went back, and I have like about 15 or 20 other comments that I need to reply on for almost a week ago. So I do apologize. That's usually not me if you've been with me for a while. So I do apologize for that. And if you send me an email and I haven't replied to as well, I'm trying to get as much done between today and tomorrow. So I do apologize if I have not replied back to you. So like I said, I will see you on my next video. I'm probably gonna put out one more, and I'm done for the night. And I'll see y'all later. Much love to you. Peace. Be well.